Welcome back to the dummy grid here at Wilton Mill. We've got just one heat race to go. It's the fourth heat for DRS100. The drivers are all assembled on the grid. Jack Rigg will be starting from pole alongside Thomas Davison. But the driver that we're going to speak to first is Scott Goldsby. Now, Scott was in an incident earlier on, but then recovered very, very well to finish up there in the second heat. Scott, first of all, how are you feeling after that incident in the first heat with VJ?
Yeah, I'm all right.
I mean, we saw what happened there. Carts going over the top of each other, but you recovered really well, so the cart's obviously good. That second heat was obviously a real positive for you, but with more than enough drivers to go through to the Grand Prix, are you worried that another bad result here might get you even out back into the Federation Cup? Are you going to be focusing on just securing a top 5 finish or going for the win?
I'd like to hold my place. If I get any lower than like top 10, like behind that, then I think I'll be in the Federation.
So again, it's a sort of a balancing act between wanting to win, but also just wanting to make sure that you're in the Grand Prix itself.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, Scott. And you're wearing a Gracie Holdsworth overalls that she did so well in the mums and dads race last night. Is that your good luck charm for today?
Yeah.
Excellent. There we go. So that's Scott Goldsby. Just behind Scott is Danny Holdsworth. Now, Danny's been very, very consistent so far today. One of the drivers that didn't go out much in the practice yesterday because he said it was going to be dry today. Daniel, your weather forecasting abilities were good. How was the kart going today?
It went all right, apart from second heat where it wasn't that good.
But I mean, you've managed to make the necessary adjustments, and you're feeling confident for this one?
Yeah, I think that'll be all right now.
Can't be all right now. Good. And again, a lot of the drivers here, say from Danny's part of the wood, they've got the Race On Joe Dale stickers there on the side of the cart in memory of a driver that sadly lost his life from a race at Wanwell up in Yorkshire. The next driver, number 127, a good drive here so far. Well, Charlie, again, you saw that in the last heat, you were holding on really well. Then you got spun out there. You going to be going for it in this one?
Yes.
Now, talk about starting up at the front of the grid. There's a lot of drivers there who were trying to come through. You were trying to hold your position. How tough was that last race?
Pretty tough, but I felt like I kept it until I got taken off.
I know it's an unlucky situation. So now you've got to try and secure a decent finish to make sure that you're in the Grand Prix. Do you know where you are in the points?
No.
Is that something you not think about? Just head down and go for it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good luck, Charlie. Well, there we go. So that's the news from some of the people there. You've got different tactics going on. The drivers that have had one bad heat result so far, they've got one eye on obviously wanting to win the race, another eye on making sure that nothing bad happens to them because they don't want to miss out on a place in the Grand Prix and a place in the Federation Cup awaits 11 drivers that won't make it into the Grand Prix itself. We'll find out who does make it very shortly. So here we are then, ready for the last heat race of the day. It is DRS 100. A lot of nervous drivers hoping to secure their place in the Grand Prix. The Federation Cup, as grand as it sounds, will be a poor consolation for the drivers that don't make it. The top 22 drivers in each class automatically qualify for the Grand Prix. There is no transfer from the Federation Cup into the Grand Prix, so if you're in the Federation Cup, that's where your meeting ends. Here's the grid then for DRS 100 Heat number 4. Jack Rigg and Thomas Harvey on the front row of the grid. Then it is George Whitehouse and Scott Goldsby on row 2. Callum Lockett and Daniel Holdsworth row 3. Craig Evans and Charlie Humphreys on row number 4. Row 5 sees Dylan Reed and Samuel Cunliffe. Row 6, Nicky Taylor and Harry Graham. Row 7, Callum Gunning and Alicia Palmowski. Row 8, Rowan Campbell-Pilling and Toby Baldry. Row 9 will be Thomas Davison and Oscar Walmsley-Jones. Row 10, Owen Johns and Cody Eustace. Row 11, Henry Foote and Bryn Calder. Row number 12, Millie Hart. Millie has been one of the top rookies in each race she has competed in so far. So we have 8 minutes plus 1 lap. Get round their rolling lap. Jack Rigg starting from opposite, a very distinctive orange and purple crash helmet design. Christmas corner now. We've got quite a few of the overall championship contenders, including Gunning down in 15th in the grid, Graham 12th, Taylor 11th, Cunliffe in 10th. So seeing how quickly they can progress up through the order. Championship is led by Callum Gunning. In fact, another rolling lap, so they're not in their formation just yet. So in this race, you've got the drivers in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th and 6th in the standings. Actually, Thomas Harvey, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th in the standings are all here in this race. Thomas Davison starting down in 17th place, just in front of the rookies. 6 rookies: Oscar Walmsley-Jones, Owen Johns, Cody Eustace, Henry Foote, Bryn Calder and Millie Hart. So here we go. Into the boot. Now they begin the descent towards Pitts Bend. Jack Rigg, black race suit, orange and purple crash helmet, has the pole. He can't 116. We get to the line and we are off and racing through Oblivion and Crook. Thomas Harvey slots into P2. Then it's Whitehouse, George Whitehouse in car number 114 on the inside in 3rd place. Goldsby trying to hold on to 4th place. He's one of the drivers that has got one eye on making sure that he doesn't drop out of the top 10 rather than maybe go for the outright right win. Jack Rigg though defends. Oh, there's Owen Johns, who's had a bit of a spin. He gets going again. One of our rookies. Again, this is Owen's only 2nd ever kart race out of rental karting. Same for Millie Hart. Somebody going off over the grass there, coming out of Chapman's. The lead is still held by Jack Rigg. Millie Hart getting a contact warning for her troubles. Now coming through Pitts Bend to complete lap number 1. See Goldsby now up into third place. George Whitehouse has gone off. So it was Whitehouse who went off down at Chapman's, and now Rigg having to defend from Harvey. Harvey trying to go around the outside at Christmas corner. Rigg's going to be susceptible on the run down towards Ashby's. Harvey gets the inside. No, Rigg defends. He's entitled to defend his lead as long as he's not weaving and blocking. But now Harvey tries to go on the outside at Parker's. And here comes Goldsby and Holdsworth and Cunliffe. Samuel Cunliffe in cart number 6 gets the inside and gets third place at Chapman's there. So Rigg still leads, but they're swarming around behind him like bees round honey. Cunliffe moves to P2. So Thomas Harvey, and that's the problem with when the equal equipment, if you don't take your chances, you could get bogged down behind somebody. And the drivers that will take their chances will get ahead of you. And there goes Cunliffe. So Cunliffe, Rigg was still defending, but Cunliffe was like, son, I'm not bothered about you defending, I'm coming through whether you like it or not, and he did. And now Harvey dives to the inside and takes second away. Goldsby is in fourth place, yellow flag waving into Parker's. Quite sure why that is. Obviously a car off the side of the circuit somewhere. Oh, a penalty has gone out to Dylan Reid. We got somebody has pulled off. On the back straight. Dylan Reid. It's going to be a positional penalty. I'm trying to see, I think Charlie Humphreys might have gone off. Oh dear, poor Charlie Humphreys, has not been his day. So Humphreys out of the race. Cunliffe leads, Harvey second, Rigg third, Goldsby fourth. Alicia Palmowski now moves into the top 5. Harry Graham is 6th, Dylan Reid 7th, Baldry is 8th, Taylor 9th, Gunning is 10th. Then it's Holdsworth, he's dropped back to 11th, Whitehouse has dropped back to 12th. Thomas Davison has made his way up into 13th place. Then it is Craig Evans 14th, Cody Eustace is the best of the rookies in 15th, then a Callum Lockett, then Oscar Walmsley-Jones, Lily Jeffs, Henry Foote, Bryn Calder. Oh, Charlie Humphreys, I think is still out there. Now, Millie Hart and Owen Johns are the other two, and there's Palmowski now into third place, and Cunliffe and Davis Harvey takes the lead. So Thomas Harvey takes the lead. Jack Rigg now tries to come back up the inside of Palmowski for third place at Ashby's, and he makes the move. Palmowski tries to fight straight back but can't, and now Palmowski's under pressure because here comes the number 1 plate of Harry Graham. Oh, and that's Dylan Reid, that was Scott Goldsby there, also trying to force his way through, and Palmowski loses a couple of places, and there's Nicky Taylor getting involved with Dylan Reid up at the boot. Reid drops back, Taylor gains a couple of places, Palmowski and Callum Gunning are in the middle of that squabble. Thomas Davison picks in place. Penalty going for Nicky Taylor as well. So Nicky Taylor gets a penalty. So Nicky Taylor will get a positional penalty as well. Harry Graham. So Cunliffe has now slipped back behind Rigg. He's now making the move at the boot. And Harry Graham's going to go through it as well. Or is he? No, Jack Rigg. Fair play, Jack Rigg. High, wide and handsome, and he hangs on around the outside of Pitts Bend there. He kept his foot planted. Fair play to the lad. He's dropping back this pack second, third and fourth. Well, they are handing Thomas Harvey the win in this race on a silver platter, like Ferrero Rocher's in that advert years ago. But they're fighting away, so very, very entertaining. But you could just see there Thomas Harvey's cart skittling out of the way in the distance. Rigg second, Cunliffe is third, no, Cunliffe is fourth, Graham is now third. Track limits warning for Jack Rigg. Well, he almost took Pitts Bend. In the pits he went so wide. But now Sam Cunliffe has to make do with the fact that Harry Graham has passed him, and Rigg again. He's sticking to the inside line. He's saying, if you want to try and overtake me at Christmas corner, you carry on, you go around the outside, and if you do, fair play to you. If you can't, then tough. But he's hanging on to second place. Of course, Jack, this would be... Oh, he's now being done. Harry Graham gets to the inside going into Chapman, but Rigg fights back. Here comes Jack Rigg up the inside. Now Cunliffe has got the inside line going into the boot. Rigg once again goes round the outside. Oh, he's not giving up under. He carries on. Toby Baldry now getting involved. Well, they are queuing up behind him. It's like the M25 at rush hour. Only 3 times as fast as George Whitehouse goes off going up the Christmas corner. Whitehouse trying to go around the outside, found there was a cart there, so he has to duck onto the grass. Again, this is like M25 at rush hour, but only 3 times as quick because they're actually doing 70 miles an hour. Rigg now trying to hold off Goldsby. Here comes Nicky Taylor. Nicky Taylor makes the move. Baldry tries to follow him through. Goldsby's got to be careful. He said he didn't want to drop too far out of the top 10 or else he'll be out of the Grand Prix and in the Federation Cup. Goldsby is now in, what is about 7th place. Here comes Alicia Palmowski now. Callum Gunning has also slipped through. So, Graham is now 2nd, Cunliffe is 3rd, Rigg is 4th. Here's Gunning on the inside, Goldsby on the outside, Palmowski in the number 125 cart, trying to make her way through as well. Down towards Ashby as we go. Rigg defending again now from Nicky Taylor as he tries to hold on to 4th place. Taylor, then Baldry, the 4 and the 5 carts, running 5th and 6th rather. Rigg defends again in the Chapmans. You can see that both Graham and Cunliffe have been able to pass and pull away. They're coming up to lap Owen Johns. Well, Owen Johns very sensibly gets out of the way. He's got to take the corner though, and good driving there from Owen Johns to just stay out of the way as we start the final lap. Dylan Reid is also in that scrap. Dylan Reid's had a problem. Dylan Reid might have gone out, and there's Baldry and Taylor getting acquainted up a Christmas corner. But Thomas Harvey leads by 3.5 seconds. We're on the final lap. Well, this has been a jolly old jaunt, hasn't it? Harvey, Graham, Cunliffe, and then Rigg holding off everybody else. Well, if Jack Rigg finishes 4th, it'll be the toughest 4th place I think I've ever seen anyone get. Here comes Nicky Taylor though on the inside, coming around the boot. Meanwhile, Thomas Harvey takes the win. Great win for Thomas Harvey. Graham takes 2nd, Cunliffe is 3rd, and Jack Rigg does take 4th. Toby Baldry relieves Nicky Taylor of 5th place at the boot on the last lap. Callum Gunning finishes 7th. Anna Palmowski is 8th. Davison is 9th. Cody Eustace is 10th. Then it's George Whitehouse, Danny Holder at 11th. We're looking down. Now, where is Scott Goldsby gone? So there is Thomas Harvey. Eustace 10th, Whitehouse 11th, Holdsworth 12th, Craig Evans 13th, 14th for Lockett, Oscar Walmsley-Jones 15th, then Henry Foote, Lily Jeff 17th, Bryn Calder 18th, then Charlie Humphreys is 19th. Millie Hart rounds out the top 20. So Dylan Reid and Scott Goldsby obviously had problems somewhere on that last lap. Now we find out we'll find out shortly who has made the Grand Prix and who is in the Federation Cup. Another good race, Thomas Harvey. Well, that's going to help his championship bid, no doubt. He hasn't won a heat this year, but he has now. So he takes the win.